Let's talk about some players to watch in the game. If you are just a casual fan, who are the players you're looking to see on App State?
On App State, I'm looking at Cameron Peoples. He's just the running back and the quarterback. Cameron Peoples and Chase Bryce, I think, are the two biggest players to watch. I think that on defense, there's such a team defense that it's not really – I'm not willing to say one person. I'm just not. I mean, I think that there's such a team defense.
Just a few games to watch at App State. Trey Cobb, man, that kid, I think he's Trey Cobb Jr., but that kid is ridiculous. Just a powerhouse on their defensive side. Someone you're got to plan for. A little bit lost because of his size, but when he came on strong last year, he was playing behind Jackson for a little bit, but now he's going to be starting. That's the one I'm really interested to see. I'm a defensive guy. I like watching defenses play.
I'm definitely an offensive guy.
I don't know if you have been able to watch him, but have you seen any of their wide receivers? Because I think that's going to – if I'm App State, I might try to get into the air game a little bit more because ECU is going to know from the film that they can run the ball. No one in that stadium is going to be surprised that App State's going to run the ball. I'm assuming they might try to throw a wrinkle in there, especially with the new quarterback airing it out. Malik Williams had a good year last year. I guess I can't remember the other kid's name. It was Thomas, but Henning or Hagen or something. But I'm just interested to see how the wide receivers show up. Are they going to try to take a back seat and just let the running game take over, or are they going to really just pick it up and try to do something different? It's going to be interesting to see. I can't wait to see what App State does, and I can't wait to see how ECU counters it. Who are you looking most forward to see on East Carolina?
I would say on East Carolina's team, for me personally, Elijah Morris. I think I'm really looking forward to seeing him out there. I'm thinking a lot in me tells me that I want to see a lot of Aaron Jarman, the transfer tight end from Temple.
You're big on him. I like it.
Something about him. I think our tight end room this year is just something different that's gonna be breathed into our offense. And I think that we're gonna have two tight ends this year that really show up. So I think Aaron Jarman, the transfer out of Temple, and Jones, the transfer out of Oklahoma at tight end. Those are my two biggest ones on offense. I mean, we know so many names of the wide receivers and running backs, So in the offensive line, we got we got like one or two transfers that are going to be kind of helping us play support roles, but the offensive line is experienced. I mean, I think tight end is really where on offense I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, I think that you're right. The transfer is the biggest key here. I would say on offense, I want to see the whole offensive line. I want to see how they stand up. I guarantee you the first 5 minutes of the game, how the offensive line goes is how it's going to go for East Carolina. If they can stand up and stand the defensive pressure, then it's going to be fine. If they fold and collapse, it's going to be a long night for Holt Nailers. And not saying it's not possible to overcome that, but it's going to take a monumental effort from his running game and from the wide receivers to have to go back and get the ball. It's going to be interesting. On defense, as I'm a big defensive guy. Xavier Smith, he's always a big name to watch. He's now he's a linebacker, but he's just exciting to watch. McMillan, super duper exciting to watch. Like he's just like the biggest ball hawk. Seems like every play, no matter where they're going to, he's there. He seems like he breaks up at least a pass, a drive. I don't even know how. He might be one of the fastest people on the team. Bruce Bivens, always a big name to watch. Offensively for me, just because he's my favorite player, I'm like low-key a big fan of Harris, the running back. I don't know why. Just whenever I talk to him or see him, he just reminds me so much of like the young, hungry kid with the chip on their shoulder comes in. He's got a lot to prove. Did amazing things last year, and I can't wait to see what he does this year. But I mean, just overall, both teams are chock full of talent. I mean, there's not – I feel like a casual football fan will find this game very intriguing and interesting.
Oh, yeah. I think this is one of those games where if I were trying to show someone who wants to be a fan of App State what an App State game looks like, I might show them this game. If I want to show an ECU fan, or somebody wants to be an ECU fan, what ECU football looks like, this will be one of those games I'll probably point to. I think this is going to be one of those games where it's almost like both teams have a lot to prove, but at the same time, both teams are young and hungry to prove everything they can on a national stage.
And I'm jealous of you because you're going to physically be at the game.
Yeah.
And these are the games I've been to a couple in the stands where I've never had the joy of going to Charlotte and going to see a game there. But I've been to other games in other sports. It's a neutral site. And when it's a good neutral site and it's a 50-50 mix, then it can be electric. It can be one of the greatest experiences as a fan. App State, I'd say I couldn't do a neutral game with NC State, couldn't do a neutral game with UNC, but App State, I feel like it's I think a gentleman's kind of rivalry that both fan bases know exactly who they are. They know what they bring to the table. They respect each other. And I feel like it's going to be a great game to watch on TV, but even more exciting to actually be there at the game. So congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, this is actually my second neutral site game that I've been to in college football. The first one actually went to the HBCU National Championship back in, I guess it was 2018, the one in 2018. And, being on the North Carolina A&T side versus Alcorn, I mean, that game was, A&T ran away with the game, but, I mean, that neutral site atmosphere and really a bowl game, like that was a great neutral site experience. I think this is gonna feel like a bowl game, honestly.
I never miss those games because the halftime is the most amazing. Like if you have never watched NCAA, Jackson State, I could name them up here, Hampton. Just the bands are phenomenal. Like it puts and I'm not talking this as a joke, but it puts ECU a little bit to shame. I'm just joking because he's in the band. If you didn't know that, I was in the band. But the first time I ever watched NCAA&T's band, it blew my mind. I saw the movie Drumline. I'm thinking that's a movie. I was a kid. That's just a movie. And then to see it in real life is amazing. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend it. Even if you don't think the band, you're not into the halftime show, it will blow your mind. It is the most. The dancers, the band, the ensemble, all of it is just amazing. And I'm just kidding. ECU has a great one, and they do amazing. But it's interesting. I'll say the least that it is well worth the price of admission.
Oh yeah, I mean any HBCU game you go to, especially in North Carolina, you're gonna see some good bands.
Yeah,
you're gonna see some good bands. Yeah.
See, we're up here. We're Virginia State. We're Norfolk State. All they got big guys, and no one cares about the game physically. It's the halftime show.
Oh yeah. I definitely would go for the games. I would definitely go for the bands in that.
I'll tell you right now, being up here in Virginia, the Trojans for me is my school up here to watch for the band. They got something going on. I can't even tell you about their football team, but their band is top notch.
Oh yeah, for me in the Seven Cities area, I'm gonna have to go with Norfolk State. I think the Spartan Legion. I think them, especially when they go against A&T. I think those two bands together, that is band heaven as a band kid.
And just being up here, Norfolk State. If you ever, and East Carolina fans do it, if we ever have them, baseball, basketball, any way you can come up here and see them, they will entertain you. They do sports right. They do it. We saw it for the baseball team how well they play, but their games are just top notch. I love to watch them. I love to go. It's just well worth your time. I know being an East Carolina fan, we're busy, but if you're ever in the Seven Cities area and you want to check them out, they are top notch entertainment.
Oh yeah.
I could talk about we're on tangents now. I could talk.
yeah, we got off a little bit, but
but I'm telling you, just at East Carolina too. I would say even during the John Thompson era, like the band's the only reason I could survive those eras when the football team was down. Our band is done great. And we've seen your experiences with the band. If you hadn't seen that, check out our Facebook page and look up for that post. It's a good story, but the band has, and I would say cheerleaders and the dance team all have such a huge impact on the game that the casual fan who doesn't go to the game, just watches it on TV, has no idea. If you've never been to a game at Downey Ficklin Stadium, it's not a game until the band gets there. So.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the first pregame show again. I think that's really the one thing I'm looking forward to the most this season.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Josh here. Thank you for stopping by and watching the 7 Cities No Quarter show. If you guys like this little clip, make sure you go watch the full video. And make sure you catch us live next week. You can find our schedule on our Facebook page, 7 Cities Shop Talk Sports Radio No Quarter. All right? So, stay a pirate.